my name is Callie and welcome to Kelnero. Today we're going to be making an awesome cocktail called the Malay Fizz. This one just sells like gangbusters here, especially in the summer because it's super refreshing. It's got a lot of depth and complexity and a ton of flavor, but it just goes down super easy. So it's called the Malay Fizz because we use a gin made by Tanqueray that was inspired by Malaysian flavors. So Tanqueray Malacca has clove, black pepper, and rose as some of the dominant flavor profiles. A little light on the juniper, I think. In addition to the gin, we're going to use some fresh squeezed lime juice and a rose-infused simple syrup. So simple syrup is just a 1-to-1 ratio of sugar and water. So get that water nice and hot and dissolve the sugar, add a bunch of rose petals and let it steep for about 10 minutes or so. Strain out the rose petals and you got a rose simple. Easy peasy. We're also using a black pepper tincture. This is Addition is the company, and this is a Seattle company. They do some really awesome liquid spice flavors, so they call it a liquid spice rack, but it's a great tincture. We're gonna build this drink in a highball glass, which has a little soda water in it already, and I just put it in the glass first because my soda water's out of sight from the camera. So other than that, I've got some fresh basil, maybe 5 or 6 big leaves, and some dried rose petals that we'll use for garnish. And then I set aside one of the basil leaves for garnish as well. So we're gonna build this cocktail in a shaker tin. And I always like to shake with metal on metal because glass scares me. I've got a jigger. I have 2 strainers, Hawthorne and a fine mesh strainer, so we can strain out all those basil bits and they won't get stuck in your teeth. Besides that, all I have is ice and we're good to go. So we're gonna start with 1.5 ounces of our Malacca gin. You could try making this cocktail with a different gin, but I've honestly never done that. You're gonna add 1 full ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice and 3/4 of an ounce of the rose simple syrup. You can always adjust these ratios if you prefer something a little more or less sweet. And then we're gonna add maybe about 10 drops of the black pepper tincture. Call that good. We're gonna dump the basil right in that cocktail shaker. And then we're gonna add some ice and shake it up. So you're actually going to serve this drink on the rocks, so you're shaking the drink to chill it a little bit, and you want to extract that basil flavor and also emulsify the juice and the sugar so the drink doesn't settle. So you're going to double strain that right into the highball glass or pint glass or whatever you want to put it in. And then you want to make sure you add the soda water before the ice so it mixes up, otherwise you could stir it after. And then we're going to top this up with some more ice. And then garnish with the fresh basil. If you give the basil a little slap, it'll give you a little more of the aromatics. And then we're gonna put just a small spoonful of dried rose petals across the top. And because we've garnished the dickens out of this cocktail, you may or may not want to use a straw. We always recommend reusable straws because waste not, want not. And then we have here the Malay Fizz. Cheers.